In other news now, in top Trump government officials have briefed the divided Congress lawmakers on the escalating tensions with Iran. The delegation was led by the U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan, and the Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, General Joseph Dunford, along with members of the intelligence community. Now, the Defense Secretary has said that while threats from Iran in the Middle East remained high, deterrence measures had been taken by the Pentagon had stalled attacks on Americans, a viewpoint reiterated by Pompeo.
The conversations we had with the House and the Senate.
Intelligence is borne out in attacks, and I would say it's also deterred attacks. We have deterred attacks based on our reposturing of assets, deterred attacks against American forces. Our biggest focus at this point is to prevent Iranian miscalculation. We do not want the situation to escalate. This is about deterrence, not about war. We're not about going to war. This is about continuing to protect our interests in the Middle East and conducting the missions that we are there to perform.
I've got a couple quick points about the conversations we had with the House and the Senate today, and then I'll turn it over to Pat. First, we shared with both the House and the Senate our strategic campaign, the effort to push back against Iran's malign activity, 40 years of terrorist activity. And so we talked to them about that. We tried to place the recent intelligence in context of that 40 years of history. And we walked through our efforts and our ultimate objective over the past days, which has been to deter Iran.
However, Democratic Senator Bernie Sanders implied that the officials had not told the truth, comparing the situation with the Vietnam War.
Very brief and say that I think, as most Americans know, way back when we were lied to about the situation in Vietnam, and we went into a war which ended up costing us 59,000 lives based on a lie. 2003, we were lied to in terms of Iraq supposedly having weapons of mass destruction. We lost over 4,000 brave Americans, and hundreds of thousands of people in the region were killed and forced to leave their homes. I believe that a war with Iran would be an absolute disaster, far worse than the war with Iraq. And I hope the American people tell this administration that we will not go to war in Iran.